Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome you to the second WNE Awards Ceremony. Please give a round of applause to WNE President Gérard Kottmann.
Good afternoon. Dear presidents and members of the jury, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to name the winners of the second WNE Awards. We added one major change compared to the 2016 edition. The number of awards has been multiplied by 2, so there will be twice happier customers than in 2016. Same 4 categories, but 1 award for the large groups and 1 for the SMEs. Actually, it was a suggestion from you, from the exhibitors last time. We found it perfectly logical. So the challenge will now be to keep the ceremony not too long and focused. So my welcome speech will be short. Apart from this, we kept the same rules and procedures, international and independent juries, rigorous criteria and transparency. We also published in the WNE Tribune this morning, if you haven't got your copy, there are still copies available. We published the list of all applicants with the title of their file, so that the visitors who are interested by a specific subject visit you on your booth, whether you were nominated or not. I really would like to thank the presidents who are sitting here in front of me and their juries who did a wonderful job, especially since the number of files increased by 25% compared to 2016. You can imagine how many files each of them had to review and comment. Thank you, presidents, thank you, members of the jury, for your time and for your motivation. I also want to thank Anne-Sophie. Where is Anne-Sophie? Anne-Sophie, raise your hand, please. She's here. I also want to thank Anne-Sophie for organizing swift and efficient deliberations, and the Reed Exhibitions team for preparing this ceremony with their usual professionalism. Let's start with a first round of applause. Now, a couple of informations on how the ceremony will unfold. When the president named the nominees, they should remain seated, please. Only the winner will be called on stage at this point. At the end of the ceremony, while the members of the audience move to have a drink at the happy hour, all the winners, all the nominees, the jury presidents, the jury members will come for a big group picture. The nominees will receive their diplomas. They will also be able to have a picture with the president of their jury. Now, I call on stage Jean Llewellyn, president of the Skills and Knowledge Management Award.
The jury members for the Skills and Knowledge Management category are Mrs. Jean Llewellyn, President, Mrs. Lina Gilla, Mr. Philippe Guiberto, Mrs. Tatiana Terentieva, Mrs. Soule Ergun,
Good to see you.
Thank you.
All of us in the industry value talents. Talents are the base for the continuous improvement of nuclear excellence, which is the banner of WNE 2018. I'm very happy that the Skills and Knowledge Management Award attracted roughly 50% more files than in 2016. 2 questions. As former president of NSAN, National Skills Academy for Nuclear in the UK, what was the master plan in the UK for covering the need for skilled operators for the new generation of Gen 3 NPPs? Did you benefit from international cooperation in this regard?
The United Kingdom has a long-standing nuclear industry, and so to prepare for the future, the essential aspect was collaboration, bringing all the industry together to work with one approach to plan the skills needs for the future, and for that industry collaboration to work effectively with government. The aim of that is that you can accurately identify the skills needs and the skills gaps, then work collectively to develop the right skills and training programs, and then to work with the partners in education and training, the universities and colleges, to make sure those programs are effectively delivered. The other key part is to really attract the right future generation into the industry. And so with events such as the UK Nuclear Skills Awards, we've attracted a very bright and vibrant new range of people into the sector. We have had excellent international collaboration. We've worked with the likes of the IAEA, IMPO, INSTN, NN. Examples being with the IAEA, we developed the triple bar for nuclear security, and with INSTN, we've got a programme of ongoing Franco-British collaboration.
Thank you, Jean. Deliberations, I understand, were quite extensive within the jury. On which key areas did you concentrate for evaluating the files and finding the nominees and finally saying who the winner will be?
I had an excellent panel of jurors who you've seen up on the screen there, and we had some really good debates. The calibre of entries was excellent. So we had to decide what we were focusing on, and the decision was to focus on knowledge management and skills retention in its broadest sense. So looking at programs that would really retain knowledge for the future across a whole organisation. We also looked for innovation, something new, innovative and dynamic that would have a real impact and could hopefully be copied and used by other organisations or other countries. And finally, we looked for real in-depth industry leadership, because without the industry leadership, none of these programs will actually be taken forwards. And so with that commitment of leaders, we know that success will be achieved, and that's how we arrived at our finalist and winner.
So, and now, I think it's time. I let you disclose the nominees of Skills and Knowledge Management Award and pronounce the magic words afterwards, and the winner is. So please.
The nominees for the Skills and Knowledge Management Award for small and medium companies are Expert Connect with Expert Connect Innovation Management, Technodoc with Knowledge Workers, Thermocoax with ISO 19443 and Skills and Knowledge Management. And the winner is...
And the winner is Expert Connect.
I hope the gentlemen from Expert Connect are in the room. Is anyone from Expert Connect in the room? Ah, the football match is definitely distracting some people from the award ceremony. So I think we are going to move to the second nominee, the large groups.
The nominees for the Skills and Knowledge Management Award for large companies are Framatome. With Framatome's WebCap database documents, tracks, shares and preserves knowledge relevant to safe nuclear power plant maintenance from an aging workforce for the next generation via lessons learned, observations, self-assessments, continuous improvements and cause analysis with corrective actions. Rosatome, with integrated approach to implementation of the knowledge management system at JSC African TOF OKBN. Rosner Go Atom, with the training system on Rosatom production system at the enterprises of the state corporation Rosatom. And the winner is...
Rosatom integrated approach to the implementation of knowledge management systems.
Just a couple of words. It is a surprise for me, for us, and for the company. We are doing good, and we will do better. Thank you, and thank you, the jury and the World Nuclear Awards.
Thank you, Jean.
Okay. Thank you very much, and I would like to thank the WNE for organising this and for inviting us. It's a very, very special and important event.
Thank you, Jean. I am now calling on stage Jacques Regaldo, Chairman of the World Association of Nuclear Operators, for the Nuclear Safety Award.
The jury members for the nuclear safety category are Mr. Jacques Regaldo, President. Mr. Gaëtan Thomas. Mr. Jan Stuller. Mr. Gregor Zenkowski. Mr. Angistin Parma. Mr. Hiromi Yamasaki. Mr. Yuri Ledashkovsky.
Jacques, good afternoon.
Bon après-midi.
Bon après-midi. This is your second time as jury president.
Yes.
You will get a frequent WNE jury president card very soon. Let me start with two questions. We all recognize that nuclear safety is essential to build up new public acceptance. It is at the heart of WANO's missions. So can you tell us in a few words more about WANO and how WANO operates in this field?
WANO is the organization of all the nuclear operators, created in 1989, 3 years after the Chernobyl accident. We have one single mission to improve nuclear safety of power plants in operation. Through assessment, benchmarking, and emulation of best practices, sharing of operating experience. And the WANO philosophy is very simple. We are stronger together. We always can learn from the others.
Very good. At first, actually, I had not imagined to add a separate award for nuclear safety for the SMEs, as we did in the other categories, but you convinced me that it was really necessary, and I think you were right. My second question concentrates on the contribution of SMEs to nuclear safety. How do you see it in the light of the 17 files submitted by the exhibiting SMEs?
Yes, first, we have 33 applications, and it was largely enough to recognize on one side large groups, on the other side SMEs. Secondly, SMEs, of course, have less employees, financial capability than large groups, but they can focus on specific issues, on innovations in specific technological improvements. And that's what happened. And I think there is largely a place for this innovation and new ideas that are useful for everybody. And at the end, because we recognize many innovations, they could have competed in another category. as the Innovation Award. But they chose to compete in nuclear safety. And for me, it is the sign that nuclear safety first. Nuclear safety first, and it is important to recognize innovation, especially for SMEs.
Très bien. So, both the large groups and the SMEs now are anxious to learn who are the nominees and the winners. I think here comes our hostess with 2 envelopes. Hold your breath in the audience.
The nominees for the Nuclear Safety Award for small and medium companies are Avarok with Securix, ensuring protection of NPP components and structures from external flying objects. Laboratoire Cevidra with protection of nuclear workers, a new emergency medical treatment for external exposures to uranium, plutonium, americium and thorium. EasyMap with Global, a tough wireless beacon for rough conditions that can be used in various environments, including nuclear, thanks to its modular design. And the winner is
Laboratoire Cevidra. Protection of nuclear workers, a new emergency medical treatment for external exposures.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and thank you very much for this award. I'm very pleased for me, for my team, and also for the people who have been working with us, and firstly, the IRSN Institute, who is originally the inventor of the patent. They have been working very hard since 2006 to make this existing, and we have been working very hard for the last 2 years for making it today present. So thank you very much again for this award.
Thank you very much, Jacques. See you next time. No. Ah, there was another one. I'm sorry.
The nominees for the Nuclear Safety Award for large companies are Caterpillar, with first modular design containerized diesel generator set qualified as emergency power source for the nuclear power industry. EDF, with innovative foundations to avoid the ruin of buildings by liquefaction of soil in case of earthquake. Framatome, with passive shutdown seal. Framatome PSDS robust, reliable and easy to install solution improves NPP safety dramatically, reducing RCP seal leakage in station blackout conditions. And the winner is...
The winner is EDF, innovative foundations to avoid the ruin of buildings by liquefaction of soil in case of earthquake.
Thank you, Mr. President. I represent my colleague Simon Despinois. In fact, I work with him in the Direction Industrielle of EDF in geotechnical department. Thank you.
So, now, I'm not going to do it twice. Okay, Jacques, thank you very much. Oh, sorry.
May I just say that I want to thank all the jury members who helped me for that. Some are here in the conference hall. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your help. Thank you very much.
I now have the pleasure to call on stage Maria Korsnick, President of the Nuclear Energy Institute, for the Operational Excellence Award.
The jury members for the Operational Excellence category are Mrs. Maria Korsnick, President, Mrs. Gabrielle Voigt, Mr. Bekshik No, Mrs. Sandis Ensiman,
Maria,
Yes.
you are the President of the American Nuclear Energy Institute, NEI, and I understand that NEI was instrumental in spearheading operational excellence across the nuclear utilities in the US. Quite vital at a time when the industry is looking for improving its competitiveness. Can you tell us how you did and which global savings you achieved?
Absolutely. So one of the initiatives that NEI has been spearheading is called the Delivering the Nuclear Promise. And we've worked across the nuclear industry with chief nuclear officers to find ways to increase reliability, increase safety, but do it in a more efficient process, in a more efficient way. Once the idea is fully developed, we issue a bulletin. We have issued 67 bulletins across the industry, and if you look at the savings, it's $1.6 billion in savings across the US industry.
I also know that you enjoyed your role as president of this jury, isn't it? It was not an easy task also, I understand, for selecting the nominees and the winners. Can you share your experience with us of this jury presidency?
Absolutely. It was a very difficult choice, and I'm very glad that you split it into two this time, with the small, medium companies separate from the large, because there was so many to select from. But we looked very much at how this could improve quality if it was implemented, how innovative the idea was, and how easy it would be for somebody else to implement this same very good idea. And of course, you could see by my very strong jury members, we also used our own experience at the end of the day to pick the very best winner, but it was a very difficult choice.
So we start with the SMEs.
The nominees for the Operational Excellence Award for small and medium companies are Arcis SAS, with wireless systems for NPP with LoRa, Nutesol SLU, with cladding welding technology pushed to its extreme limits, Site Flow Solution, with Site Flow Solution. And the winner is
Nutesol for its welding technology.
Somebody from Nutesol in the room? Ah, another football fan? Okay, I think I will ask the hostesses to go and go to the Nutesol's booth and try to get someone to come over while we are giving away the large groups.
The nominees for the Operational Excellence Award for large companies are ABB France SAS with ABB Ability Asset Suite, NRG. With Rosa Core Reload Optimizer saves Vattenfall fuel cost. WANO. With Manuela, mobile apparatus for nuclear expertise and localization assistance, a real-time 3D. And the winner is...
And the winner is ABB France.
So on behalf of my company, so this is a pleasure to receive this award, which is, I think, the result of 30 years of trying to serve the nuclear industry over the world in a difficult situation and difficult context. We have been inspired by the NEI, the INPO, and other standards, trying to provide the best solution in order to improve the performance and the safety of the nuclear industry. Right. Thank you so much.
Maria, you want to say some words before you leave?
Thank you very much. This was an excellent experience, and a special thank you to the juries that helped me make this difficult decision.
Thank you, Maria. We are getting people from the SMEs to join us, and I will call you on stage afterwards, as well as Jean for Expert Connect. They will join us at the end of the award ceremony. It is time now for me to call on stage Monsieur François Jacq, who is the CEO of the CA, for the Innovation Award.
The jury members for the innovation category are Mr. François Jacq, President, Mr. Simon Ufto, Mr. Marco Ricotti, Mr. Koichi Noda, Mr. Yuri Olenin, Mr. Jacek Jagielski.
Monsieur Jacq, thank you very much for having accepted to be the jury president of the Innovation Award, especially since you are at the head of the CA only since a couple of months. What is for you the meaning of an award in innovation, as seeing it from the CA perspective?
Okay. We all know innovation is something quite crucial for our industry, and often we think that nuclear business is long-term business with long-time scales, and it could prevent us from thinking in terms of innovation, and I think it's obviously not the case. We experience that all day in CER with cross-disciplinary approach of complex question and, oh, sorry, and I'm just doing everything, sorry. And cross-disciplinary approach of complex question, and I think we have to have at the same time this long-term approach and also this innovative trend, and that's certainly something we are showing now with this award.
The task was not an easy one for your jury because you had a record number of files, about 65 or something like that?
More than 65.
More than 65. So what were the criteria that you used finally to decide who will be the nominees and the winner?
Maybe first, you mentioned earlier that we introduced this year the SMEs as applicants, and I must say we have half of the application were coming from SMEs, which was quite impressive in a sense. We were really surprised by the very, very high quality of the proposals we got. Two main features, I would say. First is most of the proposals were involving digitalization, IT, and so I think the numerization is clearly a characteristic. Second characteristic is that there has been a lot of proposal about dismantling. And finally, in terms of criteria we used, of course, we were sensitive to innovation in terms of novelty of the proposals. We also think in terms of are the innovation proposed quite operational now? Can they be implemented in the coming months and years? And clearly, we also had a look at the relevance for the major stakes of nuclear industry. So those were the main criteria, but not an easy task anyway.
Definitely not. So, well, there are two envelopes waiting, and I think we shall start with the SMEs.
The nominees for the Innovation Award for Small and Medium Companies are Flyability with Helios, Inspector Systems with Pipe Robot for multiple segment bend, travel in vertical and small diameter pipe systems, Oreca Group with 10 Plus for nuclear. And the winner is...
The winner is Oreca Group.
Merci beaucoup à tous pour cette reconnaissance et puis bon salon. Merci.
The nominees for the Innovation Award for Large Companies are Bertin Technology with Safirad E, development of an innovative multi-probe contamination monitor taking into account the ALARA principle. James Fisher Nuclear with deflector plate removal from the pile fuel cladding silo at Sellafield. WANO project with an ultra-compact gamma camera in support of nuclear investigation operations. And the winner is...
The winner is WANO project.
Thank you so much. So I'm a lot of emotions first. I'm very pleased and very honored. So big thanks for the jury. Thank you so much for choosing our innovation. I would like to share this award with our big partners, which is the CEOalist, of course, that help us, in fact, to develop the NanoPix. And I will share it as well with our colleagues that weren't present today, which is Orano, let's say, at La Hague, and Orano DNS, Dismantling and Service. You asked me to give a quick description about the device. So it's a small, compact gamma imager. What does it mean? It means that we can take gamma and visible images with the same device. This technology exists from 10, 15 years ago, but the innovation and the breakthrough of this technology is that the size, it's less than 5 centimeters on all dimensions, and it's less than 300 grams, let's say, of the weight. And the purpose for us is to go anywhere we need to make inspections in hot cells, inside holes, especially in our operating sites. And if you want to get more information about it, don't hesitate to go on the Orano booth. And otherwise, if you want to know the real value of the device, try to contact our sales guys or our technological departments. Okay? Thank you so much.
Just a few words to thank, as my colleagues, the members of the jury who worked a lot to select those beautiful projects. And thanks to the organizer for inviting me as chairman of this jury. Thanks.
It was a pleasure. You thought that the Innovation Awards Ceremony is over? No, because we have our SMEs who have come to take their prize. So I call first Expert Connect together with Jean, if you would like to come back.
I swear I was not watching football. Thank you very much. We are a very innovative company using an old matter, since our job is to make retirees work. And we think that it's a neglected resource by the companies that we work with. And we thank our clients because they trust us and they trust the experts that we manage and put at their disposal. And the award of today is really on a very innovative social network, a digital platform that allows retired experts to discuss technical matters with permanent staff of companies. And the digital tool really helps companies to keep the memory and the experience of people that have left the company. And this resource is endless, and you should really go on working with people until whatever age, because the age is completely unimportant. So thank you very much for this award.
And I now call Maria, if you want to come back on stage, and the company officer.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much to the jury for this award. Well, this is shared with our main resource, which is the team we have. And innovation comes always from the ideas of people who have something to share to the rest of the team when they are working happy. And that's what we try in Nutesol. Nevertheless, the core of the innovation comes from our customers. Many of them can be seen here. And we always try to go beyond their expectations, even though it's quite difficult sometimes. So thank you very much to the jury, to our team, and to our customers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can give again a big applause to all the winners, all the nominees, all the jury members, and I call them on stage for a group picture. So please, nominees, winners, jury members, jury presidents, join me on stage. And we meet all of you at the happy hour. Don't forget also to visit the booth who have been awarded.